Hey, Founders Inc. I'm going to switch my tab. Did I get carried over? Okay, there we go. And what I'll end up doing is I'm going to jump to another tab. I think you could probably already see it. It's the YouTube tab in the upper right, just from a quick talk, and it helps me grab a screenshot, and then I'll jump back to my site and the technology here for off season. So I dropped by and I saw Stavan, and I kind of just talked it to him. I just said as best as I can, and just put in my best foot forward and best effort. So he kind of just mentioned show a little bit of where you come from and what you know, and kind of just your past and history, especially in the thing you apply with. Here's the other window. So truly, this is where I had gotten a start in augmented reality, and whereas a large part of Embedded, which is the website for my company, to off season is that it's a lot of camera technology, and I actually built a headset while I was in school in 2016. It would have been one of their first earliest augmented reality headsets, which is again completely different than VR because you're seeing through the device as opposed to like VR, as you know, it's more of like a television. And while I got to do that talk at SuperCon for hardware, really what I think I'd love to share within the next couple minutes or so is essentially how deep like the knowledge base for how long I've been doing this goes for, kind of like the expert takes I have on just literally doing computer vision right, as well as how Y Combinator is really looking to see UAS technologies. And I'll link that tweet from Tyler either in the email or in this recording. Basically, I started about 10 years ago, and I understood throughout the course of these years the entire stack for both photonics and optics of cameras, of augmented reality headsets. And even here, I know it's like a tiny window, but I've got a couple of devices throughout the years that I can show you. Not hard to see, but it's in the case and everything. Yeah, and I just got really good at systems that involved cameras and anything that had to do with light, especially then mapping that into software and getting the computer vision down. So really, this has been a very long tail process. I've done a ton of research in the field. I got really good contracts working for various companies to get really solid hardware experience, which I really do think is something I can contribute back to the Founders Inc. community. And if you guys want to hear something really, really cool, there's actually something called Project Vaunt. So as you can tell, this is Project Vaunt. This was actually back, if you see my cursor down here, in 2018. Got to work on this. I actually have some pretty cool photos I can share of exactly, I'll show you with my mouse, this branch right there, which is where running a lot of their processing. So basically throughout the years, I've certainly done a lot of hardware development, but really where I started seeing like clear field in Blue Ocean was mounting technology back here. Because you're going to need that technology regardless in all situational environments. So even Defense Innovation Unit, which if you guys know, this is really close to Stanford, looks at this technology and says, this is exactly what we need to evade drones basically smashing into our soldiers on any kind of battlefront. So I'm talking a lot. Got our devices, got our tech and everything. And I really want to get in this program. And I wanted to mention that I actually was on a project with Aiden Wolf, who I think he did the last off season. I have photos from like 2019 from that too. So it's pretty crazy. So yeah, I've done a lot of augmented reality stuff. And I even have the handle at Spatial Computing on Discord. So I have the only handle for that. Great talking to y'all.